Cortez Hankton has completed Brian Kelly's staff at LSU. Cortez Hankton is going to come be the wide receivers coach. He's leaving that post in Athens, Georgia. He's a New Orleans native, and by all accounts was loved in Athens. That's the first thing I do is when someone leaves a place, I go check, like, what's the reaction that he's leaving? And in this case, it is overwhelmingly positive, the impact that he had recruiting. His position group was absolutely ravaged by injuries this year. Obviously started with Pickens, and then you had a number of other guys go down. They were down to kind of freshmen at some point in the middle of the season. And his energy level is unbelievable. There's a great Twitter video of him celebrating a touchdown where he goes up and does that. You know that Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, like when they jump and lock arms. Yeah. He does that with a player and out jumps the player at 41 years old. He's apparently just a beloved wide receiver coach and has done a great job. I can't profess to know everything about Cortez Hankton, but I can tell you he's from New Orleans and all the people in Athens loved him. That's a good start for me.
Yeah, that seems like what Coach Kelly's his driving point right now. I guess the reason why you do come to Louisiana is to put a stranglehold on the state of Louisiana, and a lot of these guys have a lot of heavy ties to the state. They're from the state. A lot of people on the staff, they may not have position coaching jobs, but if they're on the staff, I think a lot of these guys have Louisiana ties. And I think Coach Hankton is one of those guys as well. So if you can continue to recruit the state, I know there's some guys that are still on the board that we would love to get on signing day, and then some guys that are, in the portal that are at some other schools that are from the state. I think that's the angle he's going at, using this great state and the talent pool that it has to get players on this roster. I'm loving what he's doing, so let's keep this thing up.
Speaking of great state, lots of good players. Trevante Citizen is one of those good players. Four-star running back from over in Lake Charles, had been committed to LSU, decommitted with the coaching change, is still taking his visits, looking at options, certainly knows Frank Wilson. Frank's been in Lake Charles for a few years as his position group. However, he is at Auburn today making an official visit. My question is LSU's running back room too crowded? When I look at Armani Goodwin and Corey Kiner, I don't know what classes anybody's in anymore. It's their first year at LSU. Are they still freshmen? Who knows? COVID's just whatever. But they're young and here. You've obviously got John Emery, who anticipates that he will be back. You got Trey Bradford, who we think will be back. And then you've brought Noah Kane in. Does that look too crowded for a high school senior?
I don't think so. I think especially when you look to, Emery and Kane, who probably that's going to be their last season, and if things don't go the right way, then those guys could easily be in the portal. So I think for some of these kids, it's really not about that unless there's really a really young guy on the roster that's like the bell cow back, and it's like, dude, I'm probably not going to ever see a touch. It's not that case here. It's really not that guy who's earned that at LSU to this point. So if you're a young, hungry freshman, you want to come in and stay in your home state, I think all those options are still there for you, because the way the running back room's set up right now, we don't know what we're going to get from Emery, and then you got a transfer coming in. So, and both the freshmen didn't play that much last year. So I think for him, that shouldn't be too much to scare him off.
We will see. His announcement probably coming on signing day in a couple of weeks. One announcement that's coming very quickly, Mekhi Wingo, obviously the All-SEC freshman defensive tackle from Missouri, is going to announce tomorrow. There's a lot of feeling that LSU's in a very good spot there. Obviously, with his high school coach being on staff now at LSU and Coach Steeples, I would imagine LSU would be in a really good spot there. That would be a huge add to a position that it could be pretty strong for LSU next year.
Yeah, that's putting a strength on a strength. I think looking at the defense is not much to look at, especially if you take the transfers out that's coming in. There was not much there. But on that defensive line, there's some guys you can point to, from Evans to Jaquaylin to Mason Smith. There's some guys in the middle of that line that are going to be some good SEC players. You can add another freshman All-SEC guy to that list. Now you can work with that. You can build off that. You can take some pressure off of your linebackers and safety. So that would be a great pickup for the Fighting Tigers.
Taylor, you got the picture? Thumbs up? Thumbs up. All right, throw it up on the board here. One more addition to the LSU football family earlier this weekend. Man. Frank Wilson the fourth. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can check this picture I've got here. See if I can get this all right. I got Ronald Martin here. I got Freak Johnson there. Lael Collins up there. Help me with that one.
Terrence
McGee. All right, Trey Turner, Mickey Johnson. I got Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham on the top with my man Jeremy Hill and Frank Wilson the fourth. Where is this picture from?
This is from a LSU football camp. We're right outside the indoor facility outside. We're all there hanging out. Man, it's crazy how time flies. I think I was a junior in high school at the time, and I've been knowing all these guys since high school, man. We really got a close relationship due to Coach Frank putting us together, keeping us around each other, and those relationships have lasted a long time. So, man, this picture brings back some memories for sure.
And there's little Frank there in the corner who's going to join, obviously, with his dad coming in. I mean, was he around? I mean,
yeah, he was around all the time. He actually was a really good high school player, man. He was making some plays. I'm like, dude, I'm getting old because I remember this dude when I was in high school, and now he's making plays in high school. So, yeah, I definitely remember little Frank for sure.
So that story you just told reminds me of one of a similar thing with me. I remember in 2009 being in line in front of Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha for LSU's College World Series opener. They played Virginia, and I was standing in line to get tickets in the will call line, and Ryan Shemp's family, who led that team in home runs, was in front of me. They were all wearing Shemp jerseys, and his little brother was real young. And we were talking to the family, and I was like, he's not coming back next year. And his little brother, like, he's not coming back. Like, they knew he was going to go. Well, it turned just, time goes by. And then all of a sudden, LSU is playing Southeastern in the box years later, and this Shemp kid hits a home run. And it was the little kid in line with me at Rosenblatt. Shemp's little brother was playing at Southeastern, belted a bomb like his brother did. It's just that kind of stuff is funny when you something happens, you don't leave a mark, and then all of a sudden they come back later, and you're like, oh my God. It's Sam Burns, who plays on the PGA Tour's top 10 in the world. I used to see him playing out on the course at Southern Trace back in Shreveport. My dad asked him one time when he was real little, he goes, we were playing like 9 holes with him. My dad goes, Sam, do you ever hit a really bad shot? He was probably like 8. Mm-hmm. He looked up and he goes, no. I don't ever do that. And that's why he's a top 10 player in the world, Sam Burns. So it's just stories like that. Frank Wilson's son joins the fold as a preferred walk-on here at LSU.
Thanks so much for watching Hunt Hill on YouTube.
Now do us a favor, hit the red subscribe button below and throw us a like. We'll see you next time.